Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 with another Transformers video review. Today we're going to be looking at the Transformers, I think it's technically a crossover, Nezha. So we'll take a quick look here at the box. It is an open-faced package. You can see all the plastic there. There's Nezha Transformers. So this is a sort of crossover with a cartoon from China, I believe. Got some I think this is the Cyberverse cast, and then the actual Nezha character there on the side, and there we have some product shots. It does look like there are a couple others in this line, though I haven't really seen them anywhere, so maybe they just haven't been released, or maybe they won't be released, I don't know. One thing to mention is I've seen this on a few websites for like $100, which is absolutely ridiculous. I got this off of AliExpress for like $20, so yeah, if you're looking to pick up this figure, check AliExpress. It's not super overpriced there. Anyway, that's it for the box. And we do have our lovely instructions. So there's that. And coming here to the figure itself, it is based off what I believe to be the main character of said show. Again, my knowledge is extremely limited. I only know a little bit about what I've seen on forums. And overall, it's a very cool figure. Do have some interesting designs here and some nice little painted details, like these sort of I think they're supposed to be sort of like dragon frills. Some nice red there and some light purple, black for the wheels. We do have our first barefoot robot, so I'm sure the internet's gonna love that. Some nice blue there for the eyes, and some gold in the head sculpt with some sort of Chinese buns. So there's that. And before we go on, there are a couple accessories we should talk about. We do get this, I want to say a chakram hoop, but I'm not entirely sure. We also do get this spear. And the tip is a softer plastic. It actually just tabs on. So there is that. And then we do get the heroine character, who I believe is actually Nezha here. And she has some basic articulation. She's got a ball jointed head. The arms are on swivels. And there is a little bit of leg movement, although it's not much, and because of the sort of baggy pants way that she's sculpted, it does look a little weird when you actually move them, because there's just like these flesh colored blocks on the inside. So but it's a neat little thing. And this is actually a pilot. This is a robot that you can open up the chest here. Trying to remember exactly how, because I know like one side is smaller than the other. There we go. And you can just take her and stick her right there, and then just close this up. Yeah, should probably try and close these together. There we go. And now she is piloting the robot. So there is that. As for the ring, you can put it into her hand. It will just kind of snap in there. And same with the spear. So there is that. You get her all armed up. There is that. We'll do a couple of quick comparisons here. Here she is next to Cybertron Hotshot. See how she scales with a deluxe. And here she is next to Siege Sound Blaster. Just to get an idea of how they stand up together. So yeah, moving on, we should discuss the articulation. I'm going to go ahead and take these off of her. So the shoulders are on ball joints, so you do get a full 360, you get some in and out. There's also a hinge there, as you can see. Do get some bicep swivel. It's for more transformations, but you do get some back and forth at that bicep. Do get 90 degrees at the elbow, and you do have a rather tight wrist swivel. Well, it's not super tight, but it's definitely noticeable. No waist, partially due to the transformation and the pilot in the chest there, but these skirts do lift up. Again, you do get ball joint at the hips. You do get a knee swivel. You do get 90 degrees of knee bend, and you do get some up and down at the toe and a little bit of tilt there. And then the head is on a ball joint as well. Maybe help if I don't push the back into the back of her head. Do get some nice up and down on it though. And I do think there is storage on the back. There is little slots right here and here that you can slide these into, like so. So you can store her weapons on her back, which is always a plus. So there is that. Anyway, overall, I do think it's a really coolly designed robot. I can't say that I particularly care about the little pilot thing so much, but overall, I really do like the overall design. Anyway, we're going to pop these back off, and we're going to move on to transformation. So, first thing we want to do is we want to open up these panels here. We're going to flip the foot in, and then we are going to fold in the heel and close that. Flip that in, close that. Going to come back here, open up these back panels. We're going to fold the leg over, like so. Fold it over. That opened up again. Then we can combine the legs, close these back up, fold down these knee pads, and that just keeps popping up. There we go. Going to rotate the shoulders like so, so they are facing straight up. We are going to come back here, and we do want to unfold the roof of the car. And this is on a double hinge, so we're going to straighten that out like so. Then we are going to bring the arms straight out and rotate them so she's sort of doing a Frankenstein pose. And then we can fold this down like so into the bicep. Fold this down, and you can see where that purple will line up, and we're just going to squeeze that in. And there is a little tab notch right here. You can sort of see the tab here. It's very small, but it doesn't need to be huge. It's just sort of to give that a locking point. Then we are going to bring the grill of the car down and over. And then we want to, there is little tabs here, here, and here. They're going to go into little notches right here and right here. They're kind of hard to see because of the black and whatnot, but going to make sure that we line those up. There we go. Line that up. There we go. Then we want to bring the roof of the car, and those tabs for the storage on the back are now going to plug into the arms here on the sides, like so. Make sure we squeeze together again. And there we have her in her car mode, which is honestly a pretty snazzy looking car. It definitely looks like, you know, a more cartoony version of something that would be like, you know, some rich guy's car, but at the same time it is pretty neat. And again, I do like the little designs and the little decals. You know, the little highlights of yellow really pop. So yeah, as far as rolling, actually rolls very smoothly. And yes, they are pinned in. The pins are actually on the inside, so they don't show, but yes, they are pinned in wheels. So those do look pretty good, and they roll nice and smooth. So as far as a size comparison, here we have her next to B127. You can see the car is definitely pretty bulky. I mean, there is a decent chunk of empty space under there. I mean, you can kind of see she's just kind of hanging out down there, but, you know. And compare with a Voyager. Come here. There is our generic Seeker. Just to give you an idea of how she scales. And we can once again store the weapons. So if you look, there are two rounded notches here and here, and there are two little posts on the spear, and those notches have holes, so we just plug those in. There we go. And then we take this circular post on top of the spear, and that will now plug on to this hole on the top of the car, and there. Not the most elegant storage, but it is storage. It's always good to have. So there is that. And overall, there's not really too much else to say. I mostly wanted this because it was, you know, I thought it was a really cool design, and I didn't buy it because everywhere I could find it at first was like, it was like $100 because it was like a Chinese import for some reason. Despite like pretty much everything third party is a Chinese import anyway. But yeah, I saw it on AliExpress for like, it was like $17, then like a few bucks for shipping, and yeah, I jumped on it and I'm completely satisfied. It's a fun little figure. It feels worth it at like 20 bucks. You know, it's basically like a deluxe figure. It's around the same size, and it's kind of around that same level of engineering. And for that price, I think it's totally worth it. It's got some nice paint decals. The plastic feels nice. You know, it's got the pinned-in wheels. It's a fun figure. I like it. I definitely think it's worth that price. I do not think it's worth, you know, like 100 whatever dollars that a lot of other places were charging for it, though. So if you can find it for a decent price, I absolutely recommend it. So there is my thoughts on this figure, and I don't think there's really too much else to say, but yeah, I think I'll go ahead and wrap this up. So that was my review of the, Transformers Nezha, and this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.